I'm so thirsty. I'm getting my dental implants today. I'm very nervous. I'm not excited. I'm not allowed to eat or drink anything. My surgery is at 2. I had to stop eating at 10. I stopped drinking water at 10:30. And yeah, I just want to get this over with. But I'm kind of happy that we're here, even though I'm not excited about it. I'm getting nitrous oxide for the first time, so I don't know what to expect there. A little nervous. Once it's over, it's over. And I'm gonna update you as we go along, just so there is an accurate record of what the process is like. Whenever I get surgeries and stuff like that, I'm always curious to know everything because I find that it makes me feel less nervous. So if there's anyone out there looking into getting dental implants and you're curious about what it's like and what other people's experiences are with it, pain, swelling, etc., stick around. I hope this is helpful, and yeah, I guess I'll see you afterwards. Wish me luck. Here I am post-surgery. I'm incredibly numb, so I can't give you details. Look at my face. I can't give you details right now because it's too difficult to talk if you can understand me at all. My entire tongue is numb, my jaw. But yeah, that was like 2 hours, and now I'm trying to eat something. I can't even speak. I'm gonna put my camera down right here. Great. So professional. That's my bottom lip. It feels like my tongue though. I can't feel my bottom lip at all. Doesn't feel like anything. Once this wears off, I'm gonna want it back. I know that. My friend got it done. She got one done and she said that it felt like she was punched in the face. I'll be back later when I can actually speak better. So I'm gonna try to eat my yogurt and take a Tylenol and sleep because I'm very tired. That's it for now. So the numbing is starting to wear off and my face is starting to hurt. Oddly, I'm feeling it back here. My implants are up here, but I feel a lot of tension in my jaw joint. My temporalis is just aching right now, and I think that just has to do with the stress of the surgery. My anxiety took over. Anxiety is an absolute bitch. I hate it. Makes everything way more difficult than it should be. Pain-wise, it's tolerable. I'm just taking Tylenol. I have my bottom aligner in, and my dentist said it'll act as like a barrier. My tongue still feels weird on this side. I'm just kind of rambling right now, so maybe I should save the details until I'm in a better mindset. I'm just kind of uncomfortable right now. I will give the details of the surgery and everything when I'm feeling a bit more energetic. Alright, see you later. So today is Thursday. I had my dental implants on Tuesday. I'm here 2 years. I'm here 2 days after the surgery, and I'm not experiencing any pain. I do have swelling. Trigger warning, I'm about to show the wounds. If that's not something that you like, you can just skip forward from this part. I will put a timestamp on the screen to direct you to when there is no more wound. Anyway, click over to that time right now because I am going to show my stitches. All right, ready? So it does look weird, kind of gross, and I was a little bit concerned about the discoloration in my gums, but I looked it up and someone else posted a picture in a forum. Doctors and dentists respond, and they said that it looked completely normal. Plus, my skin was just cut open and put back together with a stitch, so I'm just gonna go over what the entire process was like. My dental implant surgery just took place at my dentist's office. I didn't have to go to an oral surgeon or anything. This is one of the things that he does specialize in, and he's a great dentist. The total price of this, which is paid after the process is done, was around $3,300. Kind of expensive, but that's what it costs for 2. I'm gonna grab my bill. Hold on. The surgical installation of implant with cover screw was $1,100. The additional expense of materials was $500, and I have that twice on my bill because I got 2 done. So there's no like discount if you get more than one. It costs the same every single time. Due to how uncomfortable it is, I suggest doing it all at once unless you really can't afford it. That isn't something that I would like to experience a second time, and also it's easier to recover cover all at once. And then I had nitrous oxide and oxygen, which was $172. The actual cost was $3,372. And this is just for the first part. So it's just when they put the screw into your gums. And I have to say that I would not have been able to do this without any sedation. I needed the nitrous because my anxiety is way too high. I could not do this of complete sound mind. I needed it. But if you don't have any anxiety around it and it doesn't really bother you, you could probably skip the nitrous. If you have any anxiety, get it. Trust me, it helps a lot. My dentist knows that I have a needle phobia, and for me it's fight or flight, usually flight. And because of the vasovagal syncope, meaning like I can pass out, and I don't want that, my dentist chose to give me the nitrous right at the beginning. I don't know if that is like standard to do it right at the beginning for the freezing, but he did that for me before the freezing just to like help calm my nerves. Although my anxiety did take flight a little bit. He administered the freezing in the back. I guess there's a nerve that runs along your jaw right there, and he puts it in the back and then he puts it on the outside. Basically, I started feeling like I had thick cheeks and my tongue started going numb. But another thing I noticed is on this side it was becoming more frozen than this side, so I felt like I was more susceptible to it on this side. Because I was on nitrous, I can't remember if he went in and he gave me a little more. He might have put in a bit more before he started, but I cannot remember. I was fully conscious the entire time though, but for some reason small minute details like that I can't really remember. Next, when he determined that I was frozen enough, he went in and told me that there'd be pressure on my gums, and this is when he was cutting my gums open. So basically, if you looked at my wounds that I showed you guys, you'd see it looks like there's a line in between, and then it's like cut like this on the side. So I think they've opened the flap like this, that, or it's done like this. My stitches are on the inner side though, so I think he cuts it like this and then pulls it open. He did this one and it kind of tickled, but when he was over on this side, again, like it pinched more near the front of my mouth, so I think that's when he put a bit more freezing, but as I said, I can't remember. When the nitrous first started hitting me, it just made me feel really tired. Like, I did not like how I felt. I was almost ready to just be like, okay, take the gas off. Then I started feeling kind of drunk, and I was kind of like, whatever. Oh, by the way, I got some of the freezing. It dripped into the back of my mouth, and that, oh, it tastes so bad. Like, it's the most bitter thing that you will ever taste in your life. It's ugh, so gross. They actually had to put a block in my mouth to make sure my mouth stayed open, it didn't shut, and I got so numb that I couldn't tell if my mouth was open or closed, or I should say open enough rather. He'd be like, open your mouth a bit more, and I could not tell how wide my mouth was open or not, and also it was kind of stiff during that, so they had to put the block, which is just a little thing that goes in between your teeth on the opposite side of where they're working, to prop your mouth open, because my jaw started doing that too. I had no idea that I was like moving my jaw around. Also, while I had the nitrous, I kind of kept having these, I don't want to say hallucinations, it was kind of like my brain was dreaming a little bit, and I was like dreaming these scenarios, and then I would like come to and I'd be like, oh, they're working on me. But I kept having these weird, like my brain would drift into a dream and then come back. It was really strange. Yeah, so the drilling part, it was like he put something on my tooth and then put the drill through it. I was really nervous about this part because I didn't know what to expect for the sound, because at my orthodontist, when they would file down the teeth, the sound would just, ooh, it was like chilling deep into my bones. I didn't like it at all. But this, it didn't have that big screeching sound that their file thing has. It just kind of was a bit of a whirring. I felt a little vibration, but it was so numb that I didn't really feel anything. There was a slight like nerve feeling, like it didn't hurt, it was just kind of uncomfortable. Got through the whole thing on this side, didn't feel great, whatever. But when he moved over to the other side, he drilled in and I was like, ugh, and and they noticed right away. He pulled the drill out and it administered more freezing on this side, and then my tongue just like felt super heavy, and that's when I really couldn't feel my face. So when the freezing fully kicked in, he continued, and it didn't feel as long as the appointment was. A lot of it was waiting for the freezing to kick in. The actual process is actually pretty quick considering that they're drilling into your bone. It feels like that would take a lot longer. Most of the time it's just waiting for the freezing to kick in and for you to go into the awake sedation and then coming out of the sedation. So back to this side, when they're done drilling, you feel them screw in the little piece. They actually do x-rays to make sure it's in the right place. So the assistant ran out and swooped back in with the cover thing that they put on you to take the x-rays, and I was just laying there like, and my dentist had to place the thing in my mouth and take the picture sitting there because I was in no state to hold it in my mouth, and I couldn't anyway because I was so frozen. So before they did the second side, they did x-rays to make sure it was in the right place, just to make sure it was done properly before they move on to the next side. So then after they determined that it was done properly, that's when I put the stitches in. I think I was still on the nitrous, or he had switched to the oxygen, I can't remember, but I was not feeling good. I went from feeling drunk to just feeling really heavy. I wasn't okay, and he could see that I wasn't okay because I apparently went completely white, which can happen, especially with, you know, the syncope and like just having any anxiety regarding dental work, medical work, surgery, whatever. It can happen. I had finally come out of nitrous sedation, but yeah, my legs still felt really heavy and I was super shaky, and I was just like, felt like I couldn't look up. So then he laid me down so my legs were elevated and had me lay there till my color had come back. I think I remember they put the oxygen back on me just to like get it into my system so I could recover better. I was like really scared at that point that I wasn't gonna get out of there. When my color came back, he took the oxygen off of me and I had to do another x-ray, so it was just a pan of my face. So I had to go out to the machine and like hold on to the thing and bite the thing. I couldn't tell like if my teeth were closed or anything because I was still so numb. But when I sat up to go, my legs were so shaky. As I was standing there, I was just like shaking. So then he had me come back into the room and just sat with me until I was okay. Then that was it. I got an antiseptic mouthwash called Oro Cleanse, and I rinse with 5 milliliters in the morning and night after brushing my teeth. And I do that for 1 week or as long as it's healing, I guess. They told me to rest when I got home, but I actually put on YouTube, and I'm rewatching Girls Next Door right now, so I watched like 4 episodes of Girls Next Door, and I didn't end up sleeping at all. Oh yeah, and going back to this, because I had Invisalign, I have a nighttime aligner that I wear. So after he put the stitches in, he put the lower aligner on my bottom teeth and told me to keep it in for that night and remove it in the morning. I actually did take the bottom aligner off before bed because I wanted to brush my teeth. I had to be super careful, and it was the same thing when I got my wisdom tooth out, where you have to be like extremely gentle. So I kind of did like a half-assed brush, used the rinse, put the aligners in, and called it a night. And actually, mentioning my wisdom tooth extraction, that recovery, absolutely worse. Like, as you can see, you know, I got it done Tuesday, today is Thursday. You can't really tell that I had dental surgery done. I do have slight swelling here. If you notice how I'm talking, like my jaw is super stiff, but I don't want to push it too much. So I'm kind of like favoring the area where my wounds are. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell just looking at me that I just had dental surgery. Whereas with my wisdom tooth, my cheek was just huge the entire time. So extraction recovery is a lot worse than this. And I actually read that it is normal to not really have pain after this because pain is due to inflammation inflammation. So if you have pain after dental implants, I would suggest calling your dentist to see if something's wrong. My friend told me that she felt like she was punched in the face the next day, and I didn't experience that. It was just a bit uncomfortable around the wounds, but I didn't have this like big pain in my jaw, just stiffness. I do know with any surgery you don't want to really exercise afterwards. You want to take it easy because you don't want your body to reject anything put into anywhere in your body. So you just want to take it easy afterwards, and you also don't want to increase swelling. I'm on soft foods for, I guess, until this heals, but I also want to be super careful because, as I said, your body can reject anything that was put into it. So it's better to lean on the safe side than it is to take a risk and regret it later. Hey, so just a quick update. There was a bit of unintentional foreshadowing at the end of my last clip. Basically, I thought that I was healing really fast, and I thought I was kind of out of the woods 2 days after my surgery, 2 days after I got a drill in my jawbone. Hello, that I actually didn't take my own advice and I ate an entire box of mac and cheese. So it turned out to be too much chewing, although it was soft. I still kind of have to just mush my food up and just swallow it. Like it was Thanksgiving today. In Canada, we have our Thanksgiving a month before they do in America. And I basically had mashed potatoes, mashed yams, and mushed up carrots and ice cream. And that was my Thanksgiving dinner. Back to that evening, I had the mac and cheese, but I also, for some reason, thought it would be a good idea to do like 20 sit-ups. You know, I just wanted to get a little bit of exercise in there because I've been feeling kind of flabby and like not good because I'm sitting around doing nothing, and I feel like the time that I have, I should be utilizing it whatever I shouldn't be because I am recovering from dental surgery. I need to be careful. I need to really play on the cautious side. Anyway, so I showed you guys my wounds and they looked a lot better than they do now. So what happened was that night after I brushed my teeth, one of my stitches fell out. So it's my stitch on my left side. The skin on that side is flat. It's not bothering me at all. On the right side is where I'm having the problems. It's more swollen. The stitch is still there. It's driving me insane. So after the mac and cheese and the bit of exercise, the next day I woke up, there was like a blood clot stuck to the wound, which I know is normal. It's just part of the healing process, but it looked really nasty and it looked a lot worse than it did, and I thought I was kind of out of the woods, but it turns out I wasn't. Kind of been dealing with a bit of bleeding now. It's nothing too severe. When I brush my teeth, if I scrape it a little bit, it bleeds, but I'm waking up in the morning now and there's blood on the wounds. Trigger warning, I'm gonna give you guys a quick update on what the wounds look like, so click over to a time I'm gonna put somewhere on the screen if you really don't want to see it. 3, 2, 1, here they are. So yeah, 2 days after the surgery, it looked a lot better than they do now. I'm gonna be a lot more cautious than I was day 2. It's now Saturday. What is it, like day 4? I did call my dentist because I was nervous when I saw that. I also went back to the form that I looked at where the people were saying that, oh, it's normal, and they said that it's normal for it to bruise and for the skin to turn white and slough off a bit, which is what happened, but I'm bleeding now, so if I'm still having an issue with it on Tuesday, I'm calling my dentist and probably going in to see if I'm healing okay. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. I'm just gonna take it super easy until then and hope for the best, because this is a bit more major than I guess I gave it credit for. My advice to you guys is if you get this done, take your recovery incredibly seriously. Don't push yourself at all and only eat food that you can basically drink. Today is Monday. It's been about a week since I got the screws placed in my gums, aka dental implant surgery. To update you guys from my last update, the very next day, that swelling and bad feeling I was getting in my jaw where I thought something was wrong went away. I looked it up and day 3 and 4 are the worst days for swelling, so I think that would have been day 3 and 4, so that is normal. Next day calmed down significantly and I was feeling a lot better. Currently what I'm dealing with in my mouth is something super annoying. The stitch that I still have in my mouth on the right side, it has come loose and it's not falling out. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Again, a timestamp will be on the screen if you don't want to see this part, and you can skip over to that time right now because I'm about to show you guys. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So yeah, as I talk, when I eat, that stitch is kind of dancing around in my mouth and I can't wait for it to fall out. I think it will fall out very soon, maybe tonight, maybe it'll be gone tomorrow, who knows. I'm just hoping that it's sooner than later because it is driving me nuts. The only time that it's bled again is when I brush my teeth. So it's when I accidentally scrape the wounds with my toothbrush. It will bleed on both sides, but it's nothing that I'm concerned about. I'm not really experiencing any pain or any of that like minor throbbing anymore. Every now and then I do get just a teeny bit of like a mild throb, but it's nothing concerning. Despite the like wounds and the loose stitch in my mouth, it doesn't really feel like I got drilled into my jaw like a week ago. Just reminding you guys that this is just the very first part. They don't put the teeth in right away. I know there's some places that do. That makes me a bit wary because if you have the tooth attached to the screw, I feel like that could affect it fusing to the bone, because that's why I don't have the teeth yet. I'm not gonna have the teeth until it's fully healed. In my opinion, there could be a high failure percentage. Like, that's something that I wouldn't want. This is the better option in my opinion. I don't think I have any more updates for this initial healing phase. I can update you guys later of how it goes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to go through it there or in a possible update video. If you're considering getting dental implants, or if you have had dental implants, if you have any tips, leave them in the comment section below. I would appreciate that so much. I try my best to inform you guys with these videos of anything that I go through just to get the information out there, because hopefully it can help you out. I'm hoping that you guys got some good information from here. I'm hoping that maybe I could have eased some anxiety or answered some questions that you had, and you can do that too if you've had dental implants in the comment section below. I'm sure people coming to this video for the information they want from me would love to get it from you too. Also, don't forget to give this a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it or if you found it informative. Also, please hit the subscribe button. I love having you guys here. And I guess that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching.